All right, the next one here, double tap airstrikes, how Israel targets Gaza rescue efforts. So this article is from 972 magazine, the Israeli outlet from Yuval Abraham, who's done a whole bunch of great reporting exposing some really horrific things that the Israeli military has been doing. So this investigation, based on conversations with 5 Israeli security sources, testimonies from Palestinian eyewitnesses, and rescue personnel, reveals that the army has adopted the practice known as double tap strikes as standard procedure in Gaza. In order to increase the likelihood that a target will die, the army routinely carries out additional attacks in the area of an initial bombing, sometimes intentionally killing paramedics and others involved in rescue efforts. Sources say that the double tap procedure is usually employed during imprecise airstrikes when the army is unsure if it hit the intended target or whether the target was present at all. Thwarting the rescue of the wounded from beneath the rubble, moreover, means that the target, if present, will still likely die either from their injuries or from suffocation due to toxic gas or from hunger and thirst, which is really horrific to think about. I mean, think about how many people have died under the rubble of hunger or thirst, meaning that you're awake and alive for days under the rubble and you can't move. And think about how many children have been in that situation. It's just, man. So a source who was present in attack coordination rooms known as the strike cells in the Israeli Army's Southern Command and who also witnessed double tap strikes told 972 that the military knows that the practice is a death sentence for dozens and sometimes hundreds of wounded civilians trapped under the rubble along with their would-be rescuers. According to the source, the secondary strikes he witnessed were carried out by the Air Force using drones without knowing who the victims were. They could have been Hamas rescue teams who came to assist the senior target, but also civil defense personnel, Red Crescent paramedics, or relatives and neighbors who were simply trying to save their loved ones. A second source took part in a double-tap strike that killed Hamas commander Ahmed Gondor in an underground compound in northern Gaza in November 2023. This also killed 3 Israeli hostages, this strike. The source said that after the initial bombing, the military struck people who were in the area and came out of a nearby house because they tried to rescue the wounded. So, and the source said there was no proof that these people were affiliated with Hamas. So they get into lots of examples. Again, this is standard practice in Gaza. And there's just countless examples here. And they have some from eyewitnesses from Palestinians who survived these attacks that just particularly brutal stories. And one of them that they mention in here, and I remember seeing this video, there was a little boy who got hit with a drone strike or something. And he was screaming out, I believe he was still alive. And a small crowd gathered around him to try to help him. And then they were hit. And this actually was caught on, this whole thing was caught on camera. It was actually, I guess, because the woman who started filming was a journalist. So she heard the airstrike, looked outside and saw the boy, started filming. People walked up and then they got hit too. So it's just part of Israel's mass murder campaign here in Gaza.